Hi guys, welcome to Just Par. I hope you liked split one of Just Par with Jatin Verma. In this split, Jatin is going to talk more about his entrepreneurial journey and share his interests and his thoughts around comics. This is Jatin Verma on Just Par. In this segment, Jatin, we will like to know more about you, considering you are a comic freak. You understand comics probably better than any one of us. My first question to you is, why is it that people are able to relate themselves so closely to comics and characters, right? I mean, there are always references whenever we are talking to someone in a real life, and then we are able to relate ourselves to a certain comic character. What is it? What's the entire maths behind this?
I personally believe that you do that even with books. So technically, with TV, books, and comics, because especially with TV and visual, like movies and TV and comics, it's a very visual medium. So you're able to kind of see them physically. You kind of see the attributes. You're able to. It's easy to find that connect.
True, true, true. Uh, And moving on to the Marvel and DC rivalry, right? I mean, everyone knows about it. Of course, there are two big studios involved, is why probably it has scaled up so much. But what is the rivalry exactly like? Considering you are literally a comic geek, I'm sure you would know the in depth of it and probably the intensity of it. And which team are you on?
So it'll come as a slight surprise. I do obviously have tons of Marvel DC stuff, and I love Superman. And I think that might also be because we as Indians got a lot more of the DC stuff early on than Marvel, because DC
True.
had movies coming up from the 80s, right? Superman.
Yeah.
Um, so so we were watching those, and I don't remember seeing any Marvel stuff till much later. Um, but the thing is that it's not. So I'm sure if you there are a lot of podcasts, there are books about how initially when those guys were just publishing comics, Marvel and DC was a rivalry in terms of selling more comics and all of that. But then once they were all absorbed by larger corporations, it became more about like just making money and capitalizing on these creations. And over So I don't see it as a rivalry. Like, I'm also like older now. I'm in my late 30s, so I see things very differently. But I was part of some discussion before the Snyder Cut was coming out, and I was brutal about it in the sense that you're just trying to make money on it. It's not like that's a great film or not. That's subjective. So a lot of the younger people end up, and I say younger with a pinch of salt. Some people get really caught up with it, where somehow it's like, if you, I mean, most, if I know, I mean, people that I know who genuinely read comic books, they're not coming from movie dekh ke, like I watched the movie so I'm a fan. Because people like us who've been reading comic books from like
Yeah.
whenever would look down upon people who just come from movies. But so those kind of rivalries, when it comes to people who just follow the series and movies, and they're like, oh, the Marvel movies are better or whatever. Sure, because they have a larger, longer term strategy. There's a person who's heading all of that. DC is very different, and they keep going through so many changes. Even now, they're being sold again. Um, but that's not really a rivalry. That's just, so that's just a DC fan not feeling happy that my set of characters don't have those type of successful movies or whatever. But they do. Like, the Batman films with Nolan were before the Marvel films, I
Yeah.
think, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were intense. I mean, even the last one,
True.
even if you want to hate it, it was good. It was fun. Um, and even there's a new Batman coming out again, and people became a fan of Ben Affleck as Batman as well. And Snyder Cut, for whatever, whether you like Zack Snyder, I'm not a big fan of Zack Snyder, but it was his own unique take on it, and some people really really liked it. And it made more sense. I mean, I saw the Snyder Cut, then I remembered the original Justice League. So yes, the Snyder Cut, obviously, because it was a longer version where it had so much more context and scenes weren't chopped off randomly, it made more sense, and it seemed like a better film.
Yeah.
It was also 4 hours, 3 hours long, so but that's fine. So
Yeah.
when it comes to this Marvel versus DC thing, it's fun to have it online and have fun with it, but if you're really a fan of comics or whatever, then you end up reading all of it and you like all of it. So, or hate all of it or whatever, but you'll always be invested in both of it. So there isn't really a rivalry as such. In fact, there are a lot of crossovers that DC and Marvel used to do pehle, where they would have one of the characters from the DC universe show up in the Marvel universe or whatever like that. So those are fun. So yeah, I mean, I per se don't really care for this rivalry as such.
You got a chance to meet Stanley as well, I understand, few years back.
Yeah, along
How
with a
was it?
billion
What
more
was the
people.
experience like?
So I met him first in 2012. I mean, look, Stan Lee, right up till the day that he passed away. I mean, to that year, he would be at every convention in his 90s. So he would meet
Wow.
thousands and hundreds of thousands of people a year. So I was just one of them. I met him first in 2012. I paid to get a signature with him. Then ended up at another
Wow.
signing in where he was also signing. So I got another signature. Then when I was working with our partners at Reed, they were doing New York Comic Con and they were having Stanley. I think for the last time, or this was like his second last time. So I was like, I'm gonna go meet him. I'll pay and I'll stand in line. I'll get a picture with him because I don't know when I'll ever get to do this again.
Yeah.
So I got that. I mean, I didn't really get to talk to him. It was after the show, and this is I think 2016 or 17. I'm because I was I because the Reed guys were my part. The guys at New York Comic Con behind the stage, and I was in their main area, whatever, like with the
Yeah.
organizers. So the guy who heads their content said, do you want to meet Stanley and we're getting it for the other countries, so do you want to get a shout out? I was like, yeah, sure.
Of course.
So he said, just take a bunch of stuff, get it signed, he'll sign it for free. So I ended up randomly picking up anything and everything that I could, which is Stanley oriented, and to get him to sign. He was a very nice man. I mean, he had needed help in terms of like understanding what he needs to do. I mean, he's not incoherent or whatever, but he meets so many people, so it's like, okay, this guy's from India. I was like, yeah, and he's like, yeah, I've created the chakra in India, and I heard it's doing well,
Yeah.
which I subjective, but um, so yeah, so that was fun, and I spoke to him. He did a little shout out to all his fans in India, and in his own signature style. He
Yeah.
signed everything, and I saw the line after me. It was like, I mean, the guy was signing. It was insane. I don't know how he did it at the age of 90 something. I wish I lived that long and I have that
And actually,
energy.
that's the
But he was
difference
a nice
between.
guy. But
Sorry to interrupt, but actually that's the difference between India and US as well, right? You can have such fans in US, but probably if this was happening in India, I really doubt we would have people who would queue up to get autograph to just meet the person or even pay that
no,
price.
so we do have people who stand in line and get it. It's a smaller number,
Yeah.
but there's a subset of that who would pay for it as well because they understand the value and they understand that while in India we don't have this idea of paying for something for an
Yeah.
autograph or photograph. No Bollywood guy would charge that, but there is a certain value attached to it,
True.
and for people it's a way of making money. So I mean, you can't hold it against them. I remember when we did a first ever actor and they were charging people, like, how can they charge? Like, then don't get your picture clicked. I mean, you can't have everything, you have to pay
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But with I wish what I really wanted was that when I was in college or something, when when Stanley was way younger and he did a lot more shows. I wish I had gone to the shows then, saved up money, paid for something which was a longer interaction with him. Because I mean, the guy was swamped at the age of 92 or 93, and
Yeah, true.
I mean, I barely got to talk to him much, and to be very honest, I couldn't speak much because I was tongue tied. What do I say to him? You know, and I'm not the biggest superhero comic reader. So I read a lot of comic books. I read anything that I find visually interesting and striking. So anything and everything. Um, but if you ask me, oh, did you ever read Spider-Man, this one or that one? I would not be able to answer that. I'll have specific things that I've read and really followed, but I'm not someone who's on a monthly basis collecting all the singles and then latest series and everything. And and I would go back to the comics from 70s and 60s and 80s.
Just wanted to capture your thoughts on the characters, the new characters which are coming in Indian comic books, right? A lot of them revolve around the Indian mythology, right? And some of them are pretty famous now. Of course, there's merchandise, there are comic book, there are TV series. So, is that the future of comics in India, which we should expect, or it's just a phase because people are able to relate to those characters much easier, and then we see a different side of comics altogether?
So mythology is never going to be a phase in India. I mean, I'm proud of the mythology. I like it. I
Yeah,
understand it. I think Mahabharata is intense. Ramayana is boring, but Mahabharata is like intense and dark, gritty. I mean,
yeah,
the actual Mahabharata, not the television series. And I mean, I don't blame people in India for going back to the mythology and doing stuff with it.
Mhm.
Obviously, we can't really tamper with it. We're not that liberal a society where people are okay with it, and it's religion involved. So you don't want to hurt someone's sentiments. Hope maybe in the next 20 years you'll see a lot more tampering with it, like people do with Greek mythology or whatever. Look, we have this treasure trove of stories, and I don't blame people for going back to it. In fact, at any point in time, at any year in the past 20 years, you'll see the number one book selling in India, not comic books. The book will be something which is related to mythology.
yeah,
Um, I personally would like people to take a break from mythology. I think we Indians have enough interesting things happening around us to talk about it. But it's a easy go-to, like,
yeah,
and how do you compete with something like that? Like Shiva is such an interesting character.
yeah.
How do you come up with something more intense?
More intense, absolutely.
Um, and once people really research all of this, there's so much more to it than the very tame versions that you probably see on television because that's meant for a television audience or whatever.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean that is something that is like forever. I think forever and ever. Whenever we look back at Indian books or comics, mythology will always be a part of it. So that's never
true,
going
true.
away. That's not a trend.
Before we move to our rapid fire round, Jatin, I have one last question. What's the future for Comic Con India now? Fingers crossed, COVID, everything goes back to normal. We start having events. Hopefully, sometime end of this year or next year. Uh, what's the future like? How do we see Comic Con India coming up?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's been. I mean, I don't know about this year anymore because March we were all hoping for things to kind of move back to normalcy by the end of the year. But after the second wave, I'm not convinced.
Mhm.
And I personally believe that, I mean, if you ask me, unless this country is vaccinated 60, 70%, I don't know how you can do a live event which has thousands of people and it not becoming an issue, you
True.
know. Um, Even if everything is in place, but I mean, I live in Delhi and some people follow rules, some people don't.
Absolutely.
We all know that not enough people are vaccinated right now, so from that perspective I'm hopeful maybe next year we'll come back. I don't see this winter being a season for events,
Mhm.
and I certainly would not want to risk it. It's not worth it, like no event is worth your health.
Moving on to our rapid fire round. There are going to be 4 to 5 questions. Very easy, but just gives us that opportunity to know Jatin Verma a little better.
Sure.
right? Great. The first one, considering Superman is your favorite character, if you were given all the powers which Superman has, what are the two things you would do?
Like first off, like what I would do,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
would fly.
But that comes
And
naturally, right? That's like a natural
so, but
behavior.
like if I have all the powers, the first thing the first power I would want to use is fly.
Is okay, okay.
Um, the other is complete world domination. I would not be a kind-hearted Superman. Superman's life problem is that he's too righteous, and he's like, no, 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 these people need help. You're like, no, no, these people need to be. So I mean, if you give someone, if you're literally a god among men,
Yeah,
then I mean, most people from Earth would not be as. That's why he's not from Earth. He's not.
true.
He's an
Yeah,
alien. So which is why
true.
he's so magnanimous. Otherwise, most people would not.
Right. Great. The second one, if you were locked inside a room and had to by force watch either Shin-chan or Doraemon, which one would you choose?
I think Doraemon has a little more class.
Cannot agree more here. Great. The third one character from Indian mythology you would want to see as part of any comic strip.
Indian mythology. So we all know Shiva, Vishnu, Brahma. I mean, I wouldn't have a particular god or figure there, but I would love to have something which is all the second tier gods that we don't tend to talk about a lot. You know,
Yeah.
um, and you come across them when you pick up, like if you go through a Chitrakatha collection, they have stories for all of them.
Yes.
So, the Lord of Kuber, the guy who would create wealth, the god of wealth
Wealth.
or whatever. So there's a pantheon of these gods and characters that are not the first trio or the second tier.
They're not
So
getting the
those
due
characters.
limelight probably.
I mean, though you could do a lot with them,
Yeah.
and their own stories would be pretty interesting as well. So,
Sure. Okay. The fourth one. If Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel reached out for help, who would you help first?
whoever's message I get first, I mean, I'm not going to be mean about it.
Okay, let's suppose you're on an island and you know those typical scenarios where there's a port and there can be just two people. So who would you save and who would
Oh,
you?
Wonder Woman, simply because she's survived and lived on an island, so she knows how to kind of, understand how living on an island is. Captain Marvel is been in space, so helping out different species and planets. If I was stuck in space, then
Yeah,
Captain Marvel.
logical. Considering all the characters from DC and Marvel universe, right? One superpower you wish you had.
Um, Superpower. I would say that if it comes to superpower, then ideally, super strength would be interesting.
Mhm. And why
Yeah.
would that be?
I mean, even if I don't have to do anything, it'll just be fun to be having that much strength, right? I mean, as someone who doesn't really exercise, that's a good thing to have.
Then you can like just walk around and boss around and just flex
Even
your
if I don't
muscles a
have to
little
boss
bit.
around, like I just know that even if I have to do something, exert myself, I have super strength, so I won't have to do a lot.
Great, great. Well, that brings us to the end of the rapid fire round. Before we wrap up our second segment, before we wrap up our podcast, Jatin, one last message for our listeners, one learning or message you would want to share with all our listeners.
So I don't, I honestly, I don't even like the word entrepreneur. I think it's getting too abused in India. I don't think everyone should be an entrepreneur.
Mhm.
Grass is always, obviously, grass is always greener on the other side. But I mean, I would say that if I had to go back and kind of relook how I started, I would love to get more experience in the corporate world. Like I never had a lot. I had none when I started my own business. So I would just suggest that work for a bit before you start your venture. Understand how the world works. It'll really help you when you start your own venture. I mean, that's the easiest one. I mean, there's tons of things that people could obviously give in terms of better advice, but that's one thing that has been a takeaway. So if you're young and you're like, I'm gonna, have my own company at 25, sure. If you think your idea is $1 billion idea and so unique,
Yeah.
I'm all for it. But if you don't have that idea right now and
Yeah.
you want to be an entrepreneur, but you know, get some experience, then you start off something on your own.
Great. Well, that brings us to the end of our podcast. Thank you so much, Jatin, for taking time out. I'm sure whenever Comic Con is back, it's going to be bigger and much better. While I know your team is obviously working, like you said, so are the fans who are eagerly waiting to attend the next Comic Con whenever that happens.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Thank you for having me. This was fun.
Great. Great. Thanks. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast, guys. I hope you like the content. Or if there's any feedback, please leave your feedback in the comment section. If you have not subscribed to the channel till now, please click on the subscribe button and click on the bell icon so that whenever there's a new episode which gets uploaded, you get a notification.